I'll be making use of a mini scale basic block for this tutorial. First off, I would label all of the lines here. I have the chest line, I have the bust line, the under bust line, and the waistline. At the shoulder, I would go in by 1 inch, and at the armhole depth, I will go down by 0.25, and I will use a curved ruler to connect them together. So at the neck region, I would extend the width by 0.5 on both sides. Next, I would mark the midpoint of this armhole, and at the side of this part that I have marked, I will measure 0.25, that's on both sides, and use a curved line to connect this to form my princess dart. Then at the waist dart, I'm just trying to modify my straight darts there to a curved one instead. Afterwards, I will go and measure my neck depth. The neck depth that I want to use for this video is 7 inches, so I'll be modifying what I have already to 7 inches. Then I will just use my curved ruler to draw a slight curve connecting the shoulder to the middle of this block at 7 inches. The parts where I've drafted my princess darts, I came down by 0.5 inch at the bust point area. Then from the shoulder, I would connect using a curved line to meet with a 0.5 inch at the bust area. So I will be altering this block that we have here, and for me to achieve that, I would need to extend this paper. That is why I've just introduced this piece of paper to it. Then from the middle of this block at the waistline, I came up by 6 inches. Then from that midpoint, I will go in by 1 inch so I can draw a curve to connect both points together. But before that, I will go down to the paper that I extended by 1 inch. Hope you understand. Then I will draw a curve. I'll go to the side and mark 1 inch upward from the waist line. Then I would use a line to connect this, curved line preferably, so I change that to a curved line. I'll go to my neck depth and connect that point to this newly curved area. At the end of the day, we'll have 2 pattern pieces by the time this is cut open, so that is why I want you to work closely with me as I draft this. So that's the first pattern, and this is the second pattern. Next, I will go to this modified dart line, the dart line itself, and I will come up by 3.5 inches. So I'm going to assume this is 3.5 inches since this is a mini scale block. Then from that 3.5 inches, I would use a curved line to connect to the side of the other pattern. Next, I would be drawing the lines that I will slash open so that I can introduce my pleats. But before that, I want to highlight this dart line here so you can see it clearly. Next, I will divide what I have here. That's whatever I have here, I will divide into 4. And I will mark. First off, I just mark the midpoint and I've divided the other parts into 2. Then see the way my ruler is placed. From the first one, I will slash to the armhole area, the next one to the bust point where the darts ends, and the other 2 that way to the darts area. After this, I would go ahead to label the 2 patterns that we have. This is one and this is the second one. See the way the second one goes and see the first one. Next, I'm going to introduce a new paper so that I can separate the patterns. I need pattern 2 out to stand alone. So I will use my tracing wheel to trace out every line onto the second paper. Note that I did not trace pattern 1 out. I'm only tracing pattern 2 out because that is what I want on the second paper. After tracing, I will just go ahead to draw out all of the lines that I have traced onto this paper. Then I will go ahead and cut out the areas that I do not need. After cutting them out, I will proceed to open all of these lines that I have drawn. I'll slash them open because I'll be spreading them out so we can achieve the design of these jackets. So this one is open. I will go on to open the other ones too. Then I will also introduce a different paper so you can see them clearly. Like, I want to distinguish between both papers. I opened the bust dart so that I will have room for the next, that's the second line, to spread open. So I'm just going to tape this down to give enough space for the second one. Then I will go ahead to open the waist dart too so that I will have enough space for the other two lines. After slashing this, I'm going to spread them out evenly and then secure them with a tape onto this dart line. Then I'm going to bring a different paper and also secure this pattern onto the paper before folding my plates. So you see the way I'm folding these plates. I'll fold these plates so that by the end of it all, I would arrive at the same pattern that I have, but this time around a pleat will be inclusive. So you see what I did there? I used my ruler to redraw the curved line. The reason I'm doing that is because my dad has tampered with the design at that down area, that's tampered with that curve, so I have to redraw my curve there. So see what we have here. Following by what I labeled, the second pattern is done. So I'm trying to cut out the first pattern so that we will have this standing independently. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like this video, share to those it will be helpful to, and turn on your notification bell to get updated whenever I post videos like this. Also, I opened up the bust area to give room for the princess darts area. After opening, I'm going to secure it with a tape. The waist darts would also be open to enable me stitch along the line. I'm just trying to fold these plates, and I would also secure this down with a tape and then place it over my other pattern. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe to my channel. Next, I'm going to draw out my buttons. This is where you place your buttons onto this jacket. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.